Happy fall, y'all! I love the changing of the leaves, all the pretty colors, and almond milk PSLs. Don't you agree, honey?
I do like orange on my knives, I guess. And high-vis orange has only grown on me over the years. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video where we're gonna have some fun today, taking a look at a list of blades that you can pick up with high-vis orange. When I first got into edge tools over a decade ago, I hated the idea of my handle or blade being high vis. I liked earth tones, black on black, you know, tactical as possible. But over the years, I've come to realize that there is a value in having an orange handled or orange coated blade, particularly when you're out in the outdoors. It's fun to have accents of that, and we're going to look at a few pocket knives as well as fixed blades today that offer the option for high visibility in their color palette and color patterns. And so we're going to have some fun, go down memory lane on some of these, and I have a few brand new blades that we haven't even tested yet here on the channel that I'm going to share with you as we take a look. So let's go ahead, hop on over the tabletop, and see what blades you can get in high vis. And we're going to dive right in, right out of the gate with, this is going to be the abnormal blade in the batch, because instead of it being orange handles, we have black handles, orange blade. You guys saw this recently. If you've been following me on Instagram, you should if you're not yet, because I'm always posting up updates, fun videos, compilations, and I did this on All Hallows Eve. And it's the AMV Knives P200 with an orange coating. You can get them in all color combinations in black G10. You can get it reverse. You can get orange blade, black G10, or excuse me, black blade, orange handles. I'm just pumped. I'm excited for this video compilation that we're doing here. It's a cool utility blade, guys. Made in the Czech Republic, N690 steel. I saw this color palette and this pattern. I was like, I got to get my hands on one of these. And they hooked me up and got this over to me, and I've been having a blast with it. It's just a basic utility style, but that means that it's really good for a lot of things. 4-inch blade, you know, 1/8 of an inch thick, all the way through, and that N690 steel and that VG10, you know, 154 cm family. Good traction on the G10, but not being like super grippy. And I really like those screws. It just gives a really cool offset that we don't see a lot of the time. And then the other thing that was really fun and cool about the design is that, you know, it's a basic drop point, basically, barely. And you have a really nice rounded spine with like a good thumb placement right there, but then a swedge that then flares back out. So you can put your thumb right here, you know, you can do woodworking and, you know, carving, but then you can come right up here and get that belly connection and still do that, but then gives you really cool aesthetics and just a fun blade to use in a lot of different formats, and then being, you know, obviously stainless, and would be, I think that would be a really good pattern, and then with the G10 for hunting, and it would just be cool. Excellent leather sheath, low ride, so really good leather sheath, but you can also get it in a pancake Kydex version as well with molly locks. So if you like run it on rigs more, chest rigs, stuff like that, that's where that would fit in. Light, compact, or leather more for like around the campsite, woodscraft type of work. Now we got to follow that up with this little guy, the iconic Buck 110, 112, and you now can get both their like premium S30V G10 handle versions. I've seen them with orange G10, but you can also get these polymer versions that are lightweight, cheaper, still made in America. All the versions still made in the USA, which is excellent. These guys are like, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks. Depending on what you go with. You know, 428C, USA made, forever warranty, and just an excellent gift item. Great for hunting trips or outdoor trips because it's lightweight, but then it's pretty inexpensive. You know, so if you lose it, not a big deal, but with that high vis, how would you? I mean, the biggest freaking pocket clip ever. The G10 premium versions, those ones, they have updated the pocket clip. I'd love to see that carried over, but it is ambidextrous. This is the Ranger, so the lighter, smaller version. You can get the 110 also. Hollow grind, wicked slicer. That's what's great about it. It's great for food prep, camping, general utility, and just general EDC as well. But very good for fine carving. And basically, I could almost eliminate for just cutting tasks like fine carving and whittling. You know, this can compete with a lot of like compact bushcraft knives, like a 3.5-inch bushcraft knife, like a Mora or something. Easily compete with that. And it's freaking orange, a high-vis. So there's that. Kind of the whole point of the video. So let me know if you own one of these, in particular if you own one of the S30V G10 versions. Now, next up is a knife you guys have never seen here. Our German friends, maybe you're like really pumped about this. This is a Schnitzel Tri outdoor knife, T-R-I, Tri. Now, the brand was actually originally started to provide another option for kids as a kid's knife. So they have like a 3-inch, maybe it's 2.75, kind of snub nose knife for kids just to start learning, get confident with the blades. Then they have a Scandi version with, you know, like just a normal bushcraft knife in that same size range. And this is like the 4-inch, kind of larger. It's basically a full flat. You can see that the very high saber up there. This has like a smoke wash coating and Sandvik 14C28N steel, G10 handle scales that are interchangeable and removable. So this came with green. They sent it over to me with green and then also with an orange batch. And I was like, that's cool. And so my kids have been messing around with the kids version and love them. And this bigger version is sick. 90-degree spine, really cool. In America, when they are available, you can get them at, I believe, White Mountain Knives. And I'm going to have links for all of our affiliates as well as other places where you can pick all the blades up if one of these orange blades connects with you, or if you like it and you just don't want orange. So you can get this one with other handle color combinations and interchange them. So it actually had green handles when it arrived, but a set of orange. And I swapped them over to orange, and it's really cool. So this is a fun, good blade, 0.15 on the thickness. The jimping's not sharp. It's been milled, and for 70 bucks, I mean, that's a strong contender there for just blades in general, and just a good basic utility blade with that Sandvik steel. Now, next up, we have the first, I believe, ever pocket knife I got with orange in it. And it's the Mini Crooked River from Benchmade. Has a G10 orange backspacer back there. Really cool, and pops, and then orange accents around the pivot on either side. And then that stabilized wood handle, aluminum bolsters, S30V. This is from the first production run, so this is 625 out of 700, so that's kind of cool. You know, about the size of a full-size Griptilian. You can get the full-size Crooked River, and that one is a little bit larger. So I got this more, it's like a gentleman folder. You could totally use it hunting or outdoors, but I like it more for just like classing it up. And I mean, this is an autumn fall knife if I've ever seen one. That cool wood, the orange. I mean, it's just, that speaks to autumn and the fall season. I mean, it's just excellent. Lots of fun to carry. I love this one. Survived my Benchmade purge from a few years ago when I purged a bunch of my Benchmades. And they're still manufacturing it too, which is nice to see that. And you can customize these too. So you can actually do custom on their site and get all kinds of crazy cool colors. But that one is a fun orange one. And the first, I believe, if I remember correctly, because I handle so many blades, but I think this was the first one that I'm like, I want an orange accented to see how it works. And obviously it started to bleed into more and more of my gear the longer I use orange accented and or orange blades. Now this guy, I believe, was the first orange fixed blade that I ever got, and the first Joker knife I ever got. I saw this, it was kind of on a whim on Amazon. Some of you guys have been talking about Joker knives. I was like, let's pick it up, let's do it. I haven't really done any Spanish made knives. And I was super pumped, and now has gotten me into Joker knives, and I have so many now. This is the Lynx with G10 handles in that orange, some liners that just pop. This is Bowler N695 steel. I think I paid $84 for it. I think this knife is a little bit more expensive with inflation now. I believe it's 5/32 of an inch thick, 90-degree spine, high saber grind, drop point, full big beefy handle. You know, a lot of knives in this size range are kind of narrow or small. This one is big, thick, and beefy, and that's what I really liked about it. very slick. I mean, you're getting zero traction on that, but it feels very comfortable and very full and rounded in the hand. Just a really, I think it's just over 4 inches, a really fun belt knife. You can do a lot with this tool. It's very robust, but not feeling bulky and like too thick and pudgy and, you know, just like a brick, you know, or like a pry bar. It's definitely not that, but definitely has a lot going for it. Stainless, you know, a lot of knives, carbon out there in this size range, so it's nice to see a stainless. That's not just a Mora or something. Leather sheath is an option. There is a Kydex one. The Kydex is pretty good. It's really cool that you can get a matching fire steel in orange with that, so that's dope. But I'm super glad that I picked that up, and it's just a fun blade and really introduced me to Joker knives and the idea of orange handles overall. Now, you don't have to go out and spend a ton of money if you just want to taste. You're not sure if you like pumpkin spice lattes, so you want to try one and you don't want to get like an extra large size, because the size names at Starbucks are ridiculous and make no sense. Here is a Gobi, I'm assuming like Gobi Desert. And this is a CJRB. This is owned by Artisan Knives. I knew that, I just kind of forgot about it. Man, when I did my other CJRB blade, you guys were like, it's Artisan, it's been around forever. Okay, sorry. You're right, my bad. Chinese made knife. So this is made in China. Fun blade, $40, maybe $38 what I paid for it with that, whoa, golly, on frame, there we go. Excellent detent, and when you get it over the detent ball, it freaking like launches itself. Good solid liner lock, everything is milled. Jade G10 on this version with that orange accent and then aluminum backspacer right there. So if you're wanting to maybe try some orange, but you're not like fully committed yet, this is an option. This is very similar to some zero tolerance knives I reviewed in the past. The design looks very similar, so not super pumped about that. But full handle, awesome sweep, like a trailing point design there for sure. Really fun to use. And it's got their new proprietary AR-RPM9 steel, which, hopefully you guys can see that there, which they say is supposed to be like the best benefits of D2 and Sandvik 14C28N. I haven't used it a bunch. This is only like my second knife with it. I would argue, yeah, it's similar to that. I've heard a couple of you guys say you hate the edge retention on it. Maybe you got a bad heat treat. Mine seems to be holding a decent edge and very similar to that type of, you know, steel. Definitely an upgrade over like 8CR or OS 8, I would say. So that's something to consider. Very wicked slicer with this model. Recessed screws on that pocket clip. So it's going to give you just a little bit of that feel, but you're not, you know, full on committing to something like this. And you're not having to go drop over $200 on something like this. So you can kind of get a flavor. Then later on, maybe you commit to something like that. So that's just one option that I thought of. This one, it was when I fully committed. I'm like, I'm in. I love orange now. I like my low, you know, my low vis, but I like orange too. And this is the Overland in Magna Cut. So this one, I could have gotten in any color combination I wanted. This is from TJ Schwartz, knife designer, made plenty of knife designs. This is his own design that he manufactures here in the US. Very cool blade. He likes overlanding, and so he named it the Overland. And just, you know, a knife that you could use in a lot of scenarios. Us RVing full time, when I got my hands on it, it was just perfect for that. Nice slicer. You know, kind of looks like a little bit of a chef's knife with that reverse sheep's foot, but when you look at it, the tip is actually perfectly in line with the lanyard hole. So just the design is so cool, and that cool kind of drop, and then that full sweep in Magna Cut, which is bananas. I dunked this in the Gulf of Mexico and then hung out in Texas for 2 more months, and not a single stain or spot of rust anywhere on that Magna Cut. So super cool. Lots of different handle color combinations you can go with, and Kydex or leather sheaths. This is just a great little EDC blade. But I was like, I love orange. And when I saw that he had orange G10 as an option on the handle scales, I was like, let's do it. Just because I like that high-vis. And you know, when you're doing a lot of stuff, you know, it's good to have that high visibility when stealth is not an issue. Now, guys, our final blade on the list doesn't have the most premium steel, doesn't have necessarily the best options. and doesn't necessarily even hit a high price point. And I'm talking about the iconic Mora. This happens to be a basic 511, but several models you can get either with accented orange high-vis or just straight up orange like this one. And this one will outperform all the other blades that we've looked at today in just straight cutting, particularly in the outdoors. There's nothing that can compete with this ultra thin Scandi ground blade that Mora has been producing for years. And these things go for like $10 to $15 for this basic model. And it is a wizard at feather stick making, carving. It is a machine and will outperform all the other blades that we've looked at today. Now, it's not going to outperform in cool factor. It's not going to outperform in maybe certain aspects, sheath options, steel, edge retention. All these other ones are better. But if you just need to carve some stuff and you don't want to break the bank, going high-vis with a Mora in some of their different versions is a simple, easy way to go. And I hope that this video has just been fun and entertaining. Let me know some of your favorite high-vis colors as well as high-vis blades that you guys use on a regular basis. Throw comments below. I invite you guys to check out the other video popping up and to subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber, putting up content like this all the time. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.